Good morning, Reed here. Thanks for joining me as I have my little morning walkabout at Orchestra Farm. It's a really warm January, which is not completely unusual for this part of the world from my just about 9 years living here. But it is a curiosity, intrigue from biological perspective in terms of what the cold does that's good for the earth. It kind of resets a lot of the life form biology of the soil. It helps to take away a bunch of pest pressure. So usually we get some snow in February, and we'll see if that happens. And yeah, I'm just enjoying the sunshine, to be honest. It's been nice and sunny. I'm hoping to get some actual time taking it in, just laying in the sun for a bit, but that obviously won't happen while I'm working. And it's chilly enough, and I'm moving between shade and sun that I like to stay bundled up a bit. What about you? You getting lots of sun? Now, when I was younger, I picked up not only a practice, there was a little bit of frost down there. Picked up the practice of not only sun gazing, but sunbathing. Trying to get as much sun as possible on my whole body and soaking in that full spectrum light waves, and felt like that did a whole lot of good. Here, I'll show you this little area too. I don't know how easy that is to see in there, but there's a, see that little waterway that I cleaned up? And let's see, I see it over here. It's not the easiest thing to see, but there's a new water path in there that comes down here, and the goal is to try and make this one more so that eventually it's passable with some machinery around here. So anyway, the sun, both gazing. Now I would only do that in the early morning hours around sunrise, or in the evening hours around sunset. But then the sunbathing could happen basically at any point in the day, and you can feel your body when it's absorbed enough of it and not get burnt. But as we're discovering, how the different frequencies of light that we have around us. So I have a red filter on my phone here, and I keep my computer in dark mode, and my family doesn't do that on their devices. So whenever they're blasting their screens at night, it's just this awful blue light. And that's fine in the morning when you want to be waking up, but when you're in the evening and trying to settle down, it's terrible. So I ordered myself these very orange tinted glasses to basically put on around just sunset or just after, so that when that's happening, even just the lights in the house are LEDs, which I understand it from an energy perspective, but from a light frequency perspective, they're not very nice. Like, the kids wanted to put on Christmas lights this year, which great, get all celebratory, whatever. But I've got this little fan on top of my wood stove, and I looked over at it, and that moves the hot air through the house. And I looked over at it, and I could see the blades moving. Normally it's just a blur, but the strobe action of the LEDs is causing me to be able to see a rhythm of the blades moving. Not really what you want for your eyeballs, or certainly not what I want for mine. And so I'm just thinking, okay, I've done a lot of different things in my life, and I remember how good I felt when I was sun gazing and sunbathing. When I'm working, I'm usually bundled up like this because I'm working with the earth and plants, and my skin's sensitive to those things, and so I don't want to get all scratched up and irritated. But that does mean that I'm not getting anywhere close to the same amount of solar exposure as I used to. Now here, look at this. This is like wild. Those are all different raspberries, and they're just completely taking over the path. And this apple tree that's here is completely fallen over, so I gotta take that out. The pecan tree that's there, gosh, it's gotta be getting towards 14 foot. I'm excited to see that growth this year. Anyway, and I'm just, you know, at 46 years old thinking I better do what I can to try and take my health to the next level of goodness. Oh, interesting. And what does that mean and look like? So I've been working out. I'm gonna actually try to get you some more of those videos in the near future, but the lighting sucks in there. Speaking of lighting, like, look, let's see. I just love that kind of a thing. Just so beautiful. And you know, I see playing music and following my artistic pursuits to be an aspect of health and vitality as well, but also working on the food thing. Now, it might be hard to tell with this clothes on, but I'm pretty skinny, and I'm on the lower side of like healthy in the body mass index. And I'm actually trying to put on muscle, because again, at this age, if you're not maintaining or putting it on, you're losing it. And so, same thing in the bone density, which is part of the workout strategy. And so, looking up things, trying to figure out how does all that work? And the notion of, well, if you're running calorie deficit, no matter how much you push, you're just going to be losing mass. Whereas if you're running on maintenance, you're not going to gain anything. And this idea, you actually have to be in excess calories to gain something, since that is in fact what I'm trying to do. And so that's been an interesting journey of clocking my food a bit more to figure out, like, okay, roughly how much am I eating and what do I need to eat to actually put some weight on. Well, I'll let you know if I, not only if, but when I achieve my goal with that, which would be minimum an extra 10 pounds. And ideally that's not fat, that's all muscle. But frankly, I'm so thin, a little more fat wouldn't be a problem at all. So with that, I want to say thanks for watching today. Thanks for being on this journey with me. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Have too much fun.